So I went to a Taylor Swift concert. April 29th, the Eras Tour in Atlanta, Georgia with Lauren and my friends. I know. What can I say? What can I say? Greatest boyfriend ever. I know, you don't have to tell me. I really don't know the demographic for this video. Taylor Swift fans primarily, I guess. But if you have been to one of the shows, none of what I'm going to say is going to blow your mind. And the people that haven't been to the show probably don't want it to be spoiled for them, but whatever. I'm going to make this video for the Nate the Great fans, better than Swifties or whatever you call them. So this is, I guess, the Taylor Swift story of how I went to the concert, why I went to the concert, what the concert was like. Yeah, I'm going to just do a review on the Eras Tour. Okay, so I got there Friday night. We stayed in Atlanta. It had been a while since I've seen my girlfriend and my other friends, so it was good to see them and chill before Saturday, the big day, which leads to, I guess, Saturday. We made friendship bracelets because I guess Taylor mentions them in one of her songs, I guess. We had all little costumes pertaining to our favorite albums. I am no means the biggest Taylor Swift fan, but 1989 is my favorite album because of Style and Blank Space are my favorite Taylor Swift songs. However, and here's the kicker, I dressed up as Red, specifically Jake Gyllenhaal in the all too well 10-minute version, short film music video, whatever, portrayed by Dylan O'Brien. I had the red scarf and everything. Like I said, best boyfriend of all time. Lauren went as Speak Now, and she looked beautiful as always. And Carly was Reputation, Christy was Midnights, and Luke was Lover. We all had heart sunglasses too, colors pertaining to the different albums. Very, very fun, I can tell you that. We drove to the West End Atlanta MARTA station. I'm so surprised we didn't get mugged on the way there. We parked, didn't have to pay for parking, but paid for a two-way MARTA ticket with a lot of other Swifties doing the same. It was kind of the funniest dynamic ever, seeing the hard Atlanta O-Block Section 8 household drug dealers right next to glittered up 19-year-old blonde girls. It was so funny. It was so funny. Just like the entire, just glitter just rained over Atlanta. Atlanta security were actually ready for us too. I think that was kind of cool. The MARTA was kind of complicated, but we just followed the crowd because of the security. They were pointing to where to go. They were directing everybody. Anyway, we finally get to the stadium about like 4 or something. We kind of wanted to get there earlier, but we were kind of bumming around earlier in the day. The last thing I was looking at is the time because I already know it's going to be a long night. So I have no idea what the time was when we got there. There was like 0 line for general admission. There's tons of lines for like VIP and, if you're sitting somewhere specific, but no, general admission, we just walked right in. It was actually pretty easy. The security wasn't super tight. We just scanned our tickets and we were in there. Okay, so finally we're in, went straight to the bathrooms. That took 20 minutes because Mercedes-Benz Arena is insane. It's so big. We only stayed on one side of the arena and only about like 3 different sections on one floor, and we constantly got lost. We got merch, of course. I got a $30 white t-shirt and a $30 tour poster, of course. I had to get a poster. You know it. You already know. And plus Lauren was paying, so I'll take what I can get. No joke. We got the famous $2 hot dogs from Mercedes-Benz, and then the hot dogs were probably one of the foods of all time. Definitely $2 worth. I got some chips with cheese and whatnot. Okay, finally we're at our seats. We sat in section 118, row 44, and it was pretty perfect. We paid roughly $250 each for the tickets, and the seats were great, basically straight on. We could see everything, non-obstructed view. It was great. And I think it's great that Taylor Swift, well, I don't really know if it's specifically Taylor Swift, but I've been to a couple of concerts and none of them have told me I'm getting an obstructive view and adjust the price accordingly to that. Maybe that's a Mercedes-Benz thing. Maybe that's a Ticketmaster thing. But I like the idea for companies and venues to do that. Thumbs up. I liked that we were told that we were getting a non-obstructive view. I can only be assuming that views and seats with obstructive views were lower than views that were not obstructed. So I can only assume that, if you're trying to shave off a couple dollars where you're sitting for a Taylor Swift concert or something, go for the obstructive view. We were straight on, so we saw everything, so we didn't have to worry about that. And I'm glad about that. And I guess that's why our tickets were $250. We got JJ Abrams' daughter and Beat Bop Doo Bop out of the way. And by the time 7:50 roughly came around, T Swifty was on stage. I will never recover from the ear injury I endured when she came up on stage. With every album she performed, she had different costumes and backgrounds, props on stage. They utilized the stage that came out into the crowd a bunch, like the long walkway sort of thing with like the diamond in the middle. She would go down, she would step down and jump down into it, and then come out from a different place, or it maybe come out with the same place but a different outfit, or a different place with a different outfit on. It was cool. All of the lights and camera movements and scenery were all very, very cool and very well choreographed and planned out and timed well. There were fireworks, stage lights, lasers, fire even. The stage itself was a screen. And something I really, really thought was cool was during one of her songs, I think it was like in the folklore section of the show or whatever, there were people that came out dressed up as like witches or something with cloaks and whatever. They had lanterns, and as they were walking across the stage, you could see a light streak going along with them as they stepped on the stage and throughout the stage. Same thing happened with like other stage performers riding bikes all around the stage, and there would be a lined streak following them, and it would like, you know, I guess like 10 feet back it would fade away and would keep going. I don't understand that. There's no way that there was a light from the rafters or whatever pointing down. That had to be the stage. And the thing is, Taylor would be up on stage but not have the light go on where she is stepping. It would be around the people that had the lights or were on the bikes or something along those lines. So they had to know that there were people that were stepping specific ways to light them in a specific way on the stage. I really don't know how they did that. Probably from the stage, you know, that they were on or whatever. Probably because they spent the most time on that the long stage that went out into the crowd, not the one like that, like not the big one where the big screen was. It was just very, very interesting. So whatever technology that we're using, it was smart enough to know to light up some people but not others on specific parts on the stage throughout the concert at different times. I really thought that was cool. I really thought that was really cool. The backgrounds was used really well, constantly fading in and out, and other layered backgrounds, truly giving the people watching the screen a different kind of show to watch if you actually couldn't see Taylor Swift. Because if you're up there, to be fair, there was tons of people up at the top, and if you're up there, the stadium was filled and you're watching, and Taylor Swift probably looks like a speck of dust from there. So you're like kind of forced to watch a screen, and that kind of sucks if you pay so much money just to watch a screen. But you're still there, you're still hearing the live music, a live concert, but you're watching the screen. It's a totally different concert than if you're watching Taylor Swift like we were, like naked eyes watching her. I did actually think I got my money's worth, sort of, because I know $250 to watch somebody perform live music is a lot. When a live concert turns into almost like an event or something, I wouldn't mind shelling out a few extra bucks for my favorite artist to go all out with their performance, have different outfits, have different light and scenery, get me involved like she did with the light up wristbands that were handed out that were free, but technically we paid for them because we paid for the concert ticket and whatnot. And that's another thing about the technology. Sorry if you're here to just hear me break down like every song and every little tidbit and what she said. No, but I'm just talking about the things that interest me. But again, I kind of want to go. I was very enchanted with the environment. Anyway, these lights were very, very cool. These little light up wristbands. Everyone had them on. They would light up different colors. They'd sparkle. They were synced with the songs. As she was playing different songs, it would light up to the beat, or like during crescendos or big punchy moments in the song. It was a comfortable wristband. I still have it, and it wasn't distracting to my wrist somehow. And another thing was actually very cool. There's different sections, obviously, throughout Mercedes-Benz Arena, and everybody had a wristband on. However, different people had them light up at different times. So one section would have their light up wristbands light up. They would light up green or blue or whatever, but the section right next to them wouldn't during the same song, during the same part of the song. And then the other section would light up while the previous one, would turn off or something like that, or, something along those lines. So it was like this weird, very cool, different type of technology where they knew where people were sitting, or they at least knew where the wristbands were and which ones to light up when and whatnot. What section to light up, because I it's really hard to explain because I was kind of mesmerized as I was watching. I was like, holy cow, like how are they doing this? And I just wonder what kind of technology that is used. I just think that something like that was really cool. Now, the music she played, you can look up the Eras Tour set list on the Reddit, whatever, the spreadsheet or whatever. I'm not going to go through it all. However, she played The One at the beginning of her folklore section. I point that out because according to the spreadsheet, there's some discrepancy. We had The One, but she had a cool little wooden house and she laid on it and stood on it and played some music out of it. What else? Speak Now got shafted with Only Enchanted, the only song from Speak Now, and Lauren was upset about that, but that's okay. Taylor had this big, massive ball ground. There must have been a pain to get on and off every concert. And the big thing of the night, I guess, was our surprise songs.
I was thinking about like what song to do tonight, and I was like, wait, like I know it's a Saturday, but what's the date today?
They were High and Fidelity for the guitar acoustic song, and because she said something about April 29th being in the song or whatever, and it was only fitting that we got that one because it was April 29th. And then for the second one, we got the only Reputation surprise song to be played up until that moment. It was Gorgeous.
This is a song about the universal fact that you will act stupid around someone that you think is hot. You should take it as a compliment.
Played on the piano. She forgot the lyric, so I guess she has to sing it again later on tour or something. This Taylor Swift lore is just so much. It's just so much. The Midnight's part of the show was probably my favorite, probably because it was the last part. I'm just kidding. It totally wasn't my favorite because she put on an entire strip show while she was up there with a chair and all that. No, probably, I don't know. I really like Dancing to Lover with Lauren. That was probably my favorite part. I don't know. Maybe it was that. Maybe, Going Crazy for Love Story. I like that song. Maybe just sitting through the entire minutes of All Too Well. It was a lot. I have so many favorite moments. Then bam, after a blink of an eye, the concert was over. And we sat there to digest what we had just witnessed. A truly magical experience. A display of wonder and musical genius. Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour. We took our sweaty scarves, our overpriced merchandise, and our ringing ears back to Atlanta MARTA. The concert literally made me forget we were in a war zone. We got back by the skin of our teeth after we got Wendy's, and with filled hearts and stomachs, we dozed off to SpongeBob. Very, very fun. Truly a cool experience to see one of the biggest artists on earth in concert for comparatively cheap tickets. I never felt safe in Atlanta. And actually on my way home, coming out of Atlanta, I witnessed a car crash on the highway, like 50 yards in front of me, in my lane. So by the grace of God, I was able to make it out of that hellhole. No, but seriously, the concert was fun. It was cool. It was very stylish. I had a lot of fun with the songs, the ones that I did know and the ones I even didn't know I had fun with. She was a very fun and friendly and personable person up on stage, Taylor Swift. And I do kind of wish she talked to our audience a little bit more. I mean, she did. She told us a dad joke while her tech team was figuring something out with her earpiece. And she was cute because she asked us, the crowd, the lyrics to Gorgeous. You wrote the song, Taylor, come on. I wouldn't really change about like where we sat or anything. I know I wouldn't want to be on the sides or on the floor because Taylor Swift looks out. She looks forward a whole lot. So she was facing our direction a lot. And you couldn't see the cool stage floor if you're on the floor of the arena. So I think that's kind of, like you pay so much money to be on the floor to be the closest to Taylor Swift as you possibly can. But you can't see like a major aspect of the show. All in all, I would probably say a 13 out of 10. Or should I say a 22 out of 10? Or should I say the 1 out of 10? Or should I say a 15 out of 10? Or should I say I thought it was very good and well performed, and I liked hearing Blank Space and classic like Love Story and 22 by her. Lauren made a good point that I would never go out of my way to go see her in concert or text my guy friends and tell them let's go to Taylor Swift or anything like that, but I'm glad Lauren and my friends dragged me to it. But I did have a good time. I do enjoy listening to live music. I like Taylor Swift, so it was good. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed my in-depth review of a Taylor Swift concert. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all those fun things. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video or podcast episode, whichever one. Thank you so much.
Okay, so
Miss for $1. Say a celebrity you hate. Scream it.
Gyllenhaal.
Scream it.
Jake Gyllenhaal.